But what about people, because of pandemic, some people are single. They're staying at home by themselves. Their families are far away, and because of distancing, they cannot meet people. They feel lonely, severely lonely. What can we do for them?
They have to come up and tell. Like the recent case where the person just jumped down from Gurney Drive. She was at home. She was alone. We thought she was alone. Toastmaster, we thought she was alone. She jumped down. But actually she has a sister with her. Finally we found out. So it might not be just that problem. He said we were thinking it was sad she's alone. Because if they are alone and they don't share, no one will know. They're sad, right? But she had a sister staying with her. So the only thing is communication. I think her situation could be solved if she has shared with someone. If they don't and they keep to themselves, like you say, they are single and they keep to themselves, really there's no one to help them, really. Unless they open up and reach out to a close friend. If they really don't have anybody, reach out to a close friend. And a friend must be able to help them. Or go to these organizations. There are so many organizations. Just give a call. Give a call to these like Befrienders and all that. Go for counselling. Go for counselling. I'm sure like now the debate, you see those people who passed away, who decided to commit suicide because of the pandemic, now it's open already. It's a bit of like waiting. The answer is so close. And they thought it's going to be another year. So if they have waited a little bit longer, they'll be able to see their loved one. So that's why I say hope is always give them hope, but they must be willing to open up. Yeah,
that's true. What is the most hurtful thing or comments that we should never say to a person with depression? Sometimes we don't realize that from a third person looking out, what are the things that we should never say? We never say with intention, but what are the common things that people do to say to somebody like that?
Some people will tell you, move on. Please move on. I heard from a lady who was suffering from depression earlier. Never say the word move on. Because to her, she cannot move on anymore. To her, that word is so sensitive to her. So you have to be very careful with your words. Like also don't say, some people, family member especially, we are very, you cannot stand the person. Why you are like that, cannot also. And why can't you wake up? You are still in that twilight zone. You wake up. Cannot, because that person is in that state already. And also, we can't tell them, why are you so stupid if they lose money to scammers? Not that they want to lose money, right? It has already happened. So they are already so depressed. Somehow you say, why are you so stupid? You can't go back, right? So you just say, okay, what you have lost. Thank God you didn't lose everything, things like that. You can still have a new life. And also, don't tell them that you are the only one having this problem. Come on, don't think you're the only one having this problem. Don't tell them that, because to them, their problem is a mountain. To them, it's so big, But they can't see it. They thought they are the only one having this problem. Everybody walking around, they think they're all doing so well. They're also happy, but you don't know what's inside. You don't know what is inside everybody's heart or what people are thinking. They may have a bigger problem than you, but to you, yours is the biggest problem. So never tell them you are not the only one having this problem. It's very not sensitive. And also, like I say, don't tell them to move on because they don't know how to move on. Just be there for them. Try to help them because they are very fragile. Any wrong word will snap them. So we have to be very careful. Yeah, these are some of the examples. Yeah.
Usually, people who become suicidal, from your experience, how old are these people? When do they actually get depression? How early do people get depression?
I would say sadly, recently it's very scary that there's no age group for people to start having this depression. Even children, young children, decide to commit suicide. Lately, there was a girl. She decided, when the parents went to work, she decided to commit suicide. So there's no age group really. Nowadays, things have changed. Not like those days. Mostly the jobless or the old people or the people who have sickness. But this young girl, look at it this way. It could be work stress. It could be study stress. It could be verbal and non-verbal abuse. Like parents say, why you don't do your homework? Why you're not at your friends? Why this one do so well, you don't do so well? Why can't you excel? See, things like that will work in their mind. These children, they don't know how to think. They say, I'm not as good as my brother, my sibling, or whatever. Or they may even have physical abuse. Who knows? So they say, I must well go off. And also sometimes it's also a lot of these movies, these videos they watch. They teach people to take their own lives, which is very alarming and it's very dangerous. So what the children watch, the parents have to be very careful.
Yes.
Be very careful. Many of these that suicide sometimes they are like a copycat, How they do it, we do it, How they either they jump or maybe they cut themselves like that day the guy who cut himself, kill the son and then he himself. I think all this is copycat suicides.
That's true.
It is very sad. It is very sad. It always breaks my heart when I see people wanting to commit suicide. There's no one. That means there's no one who can help them and who they can talk to. Really no hope already. That's the end already.
Yeah, so that is very important that children, especially children, that as parents, that we control what our children are watching on TV and Netflix, especially in Netflix, because there's no control over there. That we make it clear to the children that it is not okay, to take your own life as you like it. What you see on TV may not be the right moral values that is portrayed in that we should, emulate in real life. And this very important message that I would like to also give to other parents, that, be mindful of what our children are watching. Because with the internet, with the pandemic, the children are now, freely open to the internet, and whatever they watch, we really don't know what they watch. So it's important for us to tell our children, what are the limits, create limits for them, what they can do and what they should not do. Yeah, so that they are aware, because children are like a sponge, and if we let them absorb everything without telling them what's right and wrong, they do not know how to differentiate.
Yeah.
So at this time, parents should be very sensitive to their children and not just let everything go, let the computer and the TV take over their life.
But because now pandemic, parents are working, or sometimes when they are at home, you can watch them. You can tell them what you can see. Because when you are working, when you go back to work life, the children are left at home. They can watch whatever they want. They don't know. Parents don't know. Because it's like that. You start something. When you start, it's nothing. First video, first Netflix, nothing. As time goes on, you get very addicted, You want to watch more. It always starts with the first one, second one. This type of shows, they lure you into more. So you will fix more attention on that rather than on your studies. So parents have no control really. They don't know, because they come back, they thought they have already done their work and all that. But maybe the parents' role can also talk to them, watch that they do their homework, keep a watch out for them, because if their homework slacks, that means there's a problem already.
Yeah.
What have they been doing? What have they been doing? So all this is people around them must be alert. Children, like you say, they are like sponge. They have to be taught from young. You plant the seed when they are young, have a good foundation. So when they grow up, they will remember what has been taught, and they will not do something that is not good for them. Always tell them it's for to help them. No need to tell them that they must excel. I think it's a wrong concept. Me too last time, when I brought up my children. No need, and don't compare them with other people. Because every trade there's someone. Like last time someone told me, if everybody is so good, who's going to wash the drain? Who's going to fix the fire and all that? It's true, These people those wiremen, they are making lots of money also. Don't say they are not doing a good job. They can be bosses. Like one of my relatives, he owns an aircon shop. Yeah, he's doing very well. Low education, so better than a graduate. For that matter, and then you're your own boss.
Yes.
So in every trade there's someone. We need them. We need them. Just give them encouragement, and just love them.
So as caregivers to those people who are having depression, I'm sure it's not easy to be a caregiver. What should we? Is there any support for these caregivers?
Actually, there is. These organizations, like last time, DHome, I went to one talk. They organize talks for caregivers, just for caregivers. So when we sit around and we share, then you know that you are not the only one who's suffering, with this person who have not only mental, but sometimes some children with some low IQ and all that, that some autistic children very difficult to handle. So you sit around, you know that you are not the only one. It lessens your burden when you hear that you are not the only one. And also they taught us to take turns to take care. So if you have someone who has a problem at home or whatever, maybe the father, mother, brother or sister take turns to come and take care of the person, because the caregiver also needs space. You need to breathe. Maybe just go out, to have some breathing space, maybe a day, half a day. Then they come back, they feel more refreshed. Otherwise, the caregiver will turn up, then become depressed. No one to take care of. More problematic people. So there are also counselling for caregivers. Counselling sessions. So it's good. So if we are aware of that, then we will realize that there is also hope for these people, for these caregivers, and also a support group. I call it a support group. So it opened my eyes after I went for that. I never know that caregivers have this type of support.
So that they will realize they're not alone.
Yes. Like cancer also, they have a support group. So people who have cancer, they know that they are not alone. They can go for this, contact these people or go to that place and see that they are not the only one. So there are a lot of voluntary organizations out there. We can also source for that. People can get very depressed, yes, I know, due to so many factors, and because of the pandemic has actually heightened the speed, of depression cases.
That's right. So before yes.
It's better to identify when it's early. So I believe that the earlier we identify the problem, the better. The cure will be faster. Because I seen one case where the person was like, she was so they call it a panic attack. Suddenly can become panicky and don't know what to do. So went for psychiatry help, and given some medication, then slowly support with love and care. So it's faster. If you can recognize that faster, the person can get out of it faster. It didn't develop into depression. It was just a panic attack. like I say, there's hope for everybody. There's don't give up hope because life is so precious. Life is so precious. So let us look out and be alert, all of us, on those people around us. If there's anybody who need help. So what is our purpose on earth? We take care of our family, right? We also have to take care of people around us. Not only our family. If you see a need, you just go and meet it. Go and help the person. It's okay, the hawkers or anybody. Not only people who are depressed, but people who are in need. So in this society, we help each other. If we can help each other, then there'll be less hurtful people. There'll be less people who are depressed. We just hope for the best for them. We pray for them. And we always try to give them love and care. And love and care is the most important thing. It can be a colleague or a friend only. Not only family members. Just as long as you know there's a problem, there's a case, just keep on, be their friend, follow up on them, and show them that there are people who care. And there are people who care for them. And then life will be more meaningful that way, right?
That's
more
true.
Meaningful. Rather than struggling alone and their life will be more miserable. Yeah.
That's true.
Thank you, Julie. Yes.
Thank you so much, Rosalind. I really appreciate it. I hope that everyone out there, if you are listening onto this show, that you will learn something from Rosalind here today. And if you do know someone who is affected by mental health issues, I will project here the resources that you can find, help, because they are everywhere. They are available, just that we don't know that, they're around. So I'll put the link here, and you will be able to find these resources that you can use, or you can use to share to other people that can help them in their lives. I thank you, Rosalind, for being on the show.
Thank you, Julie.